Hey, this is Dara, Connolly, your fearless confidence coach who helps you speak up to be heard, kick fear to the curb, and be TEDx confident. And in this tip today, I want to give you 3 tips that you can do right now to diffuse problematic, difficult people that you have in your life. Family member, coworker, whoever it is. I want you to do these 3 tips. Before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube, and be sure to also hit the bell so you're notified when I publish new content. And be sure to also follow me on Instagram, where I post different tips and videos that can't be found here. And if you're not yet, grab my confidence tips. You can do so on my website at the link below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started for 3 ways that you can diffuse difficult scenarios. You may be going into a family dinner or a work meeting where there's that difficult person who always pushes your buttons, and you want to be able to handle this. So here we go. Tip number 1 is that I want you to understand that you are in control of the situation. Now think about this. We cannot control what the other person says or does, but you are always in control of how you respond and whether or not you want to engage with them. This is giving you your power back. You can control whether or not you want to stay in that meeting, continue the conversation, turn away, even pick up the phone, hang up on the phone. You have the power in your hands of how you want to decide to handle this. Now, I know a lot of times we think, but this person's going to be difficult. This person's going to say this to me. Look, when you understand that you're in control of how you respond, they cannot control your emotions. Nobody can control your emotions but you. So I want you to take back your power and realize that when you walk into this situation, knowing that you're in control of whether or not you want to engage with them, or whether or not you want to stay completely silent as they're going off saying inappropriate things. The choice is yours. You have the power. Okay, now we're going to go a little bit further for step number 2 for those of you who want to actually speak up. And I want you to be prepared with a statement before you go in. So take a little time to think about what's going to trigger you. If maybe you see your brother at a family dinner, he's going to ask you for money. So are you going to be prepared for how to handle that? Or maybe you go visit with your dad who's going to say something abusive to you that you're not going to want to handle. It's going to set you off and get you upset. He's not happy about the relationships you're in or the job you have. So have a prepared statement, write it down ahead of time. It can be simple and direct, such as, it's not okay to ask me that. Or, that's not helpful. Or, we talked about this last time. The answer is no. I want you to think of a very direct, short statement, 3-4 words, and then stop talking. Now, the other person's going to challenge you and try to push you a little bit to get you to waver and go turn that no into a yes. But what you're going to do is stay firm, be consistent, and repeat the same phrase. Like I said before, we already discussed this. The answer is no. And you then take your power back by turning and walking away. And this takes us into tip number 3, which is use your body language. Let your body language communicate for you. Up to 90% of our communication is nonverbal. You don't even need to say a thing. And this is helpful if you're someone who's timid or maybe gets a little nervous when it's time to speak up. Your body language can speak for you. Think of this, for example. You're in a scenario where you're getting a little bit of attitude and negativity coming from the other person. You want to respond, but whatever you say, they're going to mock you, judge you, criticize you, get a little combative. What if you cross your arms, sit tall in your chair or standing tall, and just shake your head? Not saying a word is very powerful. Body language will convey that this conversation is over, I'm done communicating with you, and this is ridiculous. You can also shrug it off, make a little gesture like that. You can turn away from the person to indicate this conversation's over. Take your eye contact off of them to signify, I'm not talking to you anymore. This is so ridiculous. You don't get my attention. And to really make this powerful, stand up and walk away. Walk out of the room. Turn your back to the person. Look, when we have difficult people in our lives, especially family members, they try to trigger us, they try to push our buttons. But when you communicate using your body language, it sets a clear message, especially when you get very nervous speaking up. So until you find your voice, this is a very powerful way to communicate to them this conversation is over. Now, again, the power is in being consistent with this. If they keep pushing the buttons and trying to get you, if you turn to walk away, but then you snap and say something because you want to get the last word, well, you took your power away and gave it to them. So keep the consistency with that. No, and walk away. Just make sure you do this every single time, and you will see how the other people will respect you more. Take the eye contact off of them, turn your body away from them, stand up, cross your arms, make a statement with your face and body language of, no, I don't accept this. So when we put these tools together, you have a very powerful way of handling someone who's trying to trigger you, who's being difficult. So to recap, the 3 tips are: number 1, know you're in control of the situation. You have more power than you think. You can decide whether or not you want to engage in that conversation or not. The choice is up to you. Number 2 is to have a prepared statement. Think of ahead of time what would be the right thing to say for your specific example. Simple phrases. It's not okay to talk to me like that. We've mentioned this before. The answer is no. Or, John, that's not helpful. Something very short and direct without emotion. And number 3 is use your body language to turn and let the person know you are not engaging in this conversation. Now I want to hear from you. So please post a comment or click the link below if you want to jump on a call with me so we can discuss further how you can set clear boundaries, speak up to be heard, and to let others know that you are a strong, confident woman. I can't wait to hear from you. And in the meantime, you are amazing.